All right, 1st of July, the beginning of the fiscal year in Idaho. It also marks the day the state busts out its new laws. July 1st, maybe the first time you've heard of some of these new rules that may or may not apply to you. And this might be a good time to point out, Henry and those of his age, earmuffs, you know, whatever you do with your own time is your business. But as of today, that business is not being done with a certain purveyor of pornography. Speaking of amorous Congress, Idaho's legislature passed and Idaho's governor signed a bill that now requires online porn publishers and distributors to verify the age of those who visit their site. Now, this is to avoid minors from sliding in and being exposed to harmful content on the internet. Sure, but to be clear, this is not the same as the harmful materials in the libraries law. But because of this other law, Pornhub is pulling out of Idaho, meaning starting today, Idahoans can no longer service themselves with their service. Hunter Funk has the provocative particulars.
Pull up Pornhub and you'll get this. A landing page for users in Idaho explaining why it's pulling out, not allowing anyone to view its videos. It says, quote, "Your elected officials in Idaho are requiring us to verify your age before allowing access to our website. While safety and compliance are at the forefront of our mission, giving your ID card every time you want to visit an adult platform is not the most effective solution for protecting our users." It goes on to say it could put your privacy at risk, that the decision will drive traffic to sites with far fewer safety measures, and that they've made the difficult decision to completely disable access to the website in Idaho. Representative Julianne Young is a co-sponsor for House Bill 498, which requires online pornographic publishers and distributors to get an age verification from a user. She says it passed the House and Senate with flying colors in March.
Yeah, I think this was one of the most exciting bipartisan efforts in the legislature this year to support and protect Idaho kids.
Young says Idaho is one of many states with similar legislation.
It's a problem that's recognized nationwide and that states all across the country are taking steps to address.
Dozens of states, including Utah, Kansas, Indiana, and Montana, have enacted a similar policy. Idaho's law is nearly identical to the one implemented in Texas. While Pornhub is refusing to operate since the bill passed, those who continue to operate will have to confirm the age of users by scanning an ID, credit card, or gaining access to social media to give the proof of age.
We're not picking at the details of the business, but we are saying you have to conduct business in a way that prevents harm.
If the sites don't implement this policy, the law allows minors and parents to sue for statutory damages of at least $10,000. Young says there will always be bad actors pushing people to unregulated sites.
And there are people out there who just want to do whatever it is that's harmful, and they do tend to find a way around it. But our hope is to better protect those kids who are just the innocent victims of this stuff. We can't stop everyone who wants to do bad things, but we can put reasonable measures in place to protect the innocent kids that might stumble onto it.
Despite Pornhub pulling out and left unsatisfied, Young says she doesn't expect anything to change because she says it's working successfully in several states.
Early sexual exposure to these kinds of materials can cause some real problems for our kids. And so this is just a common sense protection for kids who do not have the maturity to navigate some of these issues in the way that adults can.
Now, I reached out to Pornhub to see if they have any plans to ever come back online for Idaho users. I have not heard back yet.
Okay, so obviously they're not the only ones here, but what is considered a pornographic site according to the law?
Yeah, I thought this was really interesting. It's websites where at least 1/3 of their content is considered pornographic. No, those are the ones that are going to need those ID checks.
Okay, so I guess for a lot of people who use this one, it's now back to just Netflix and chill.
Chill.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Hunter.